Welcome back in SWH Live, another Pama Pro Invitational matchup underway. It's all the way from Sweden. You have Hockey Boden, Sweden, as they face off with Team Rink as we're underway here in both of these teams' opening matchup. Chris Treft alongside George Brown.
Yo, yo.
George, and this one is going to be interesting because Rink a bunch of guys we might not be familiar with, and obviously no one knows who Sweden is. It's their first time playing in North America.
I think the more you get out here, Trefty, and start announcing these names, you're gonna recognize these games on Rink. You got the Chavera brothers, you got Junior Cadiz, you've got the guys who you're used to seeing. Matt Barry's out there.
I mean, it's a team where it's a pretty good team.
Absolutely.
And a lot of names that you'll know. It's not necessarily they played together with this specific team.
Right. Absolutely. And Chavera brothers have been around the Pama Pro Invitational since its inception, so they've been here. I'm interested to see how competitive the Sweden team is, because I don't think anybody knows right now. I think they're one of those mysteries.
Rink looks for their first of the game. Drops to Cadiz. Cadiz circles the back of the net. And they do have a couple guys that play on the national team in the IHF, so you'll be familiar with that if you watch the IHF. And Sweden, you know, was one of the Final Four teams.
And of course, Drefty, I'm going to admit to you, I did. So.
Well, I know you didn't. I just meant, you know, everyone else out there that's watching here.
Got it. This is going to be a very interesting game because it's going to. The first games, you can start to measure these teams up, but can you really? Because teams start to turn it on that second and third game, and they know what they really have to do.
And the goaltender, Robert Kenisharvi, for Sweden, was one of those guys who played for Team Sweden. He actually came in relief in their semifinal game against Finland and nearly brought him back before Finland won in overtime. And he's an excellent goaltender. You recognize him by his pinstripe pads. So Rink still has possession of the puck. Kyle Sharkey out from behind the net. He'll leave it for the other Martini. I know you saw Nick Martini. You got Steve Martini wearing number 7 here for Rink in game number 3 of the Pama Pro Invitational. The Martini brothers.
Now, even though they're
different teams.
Yeah, and even though there are some guys that we recognize on this team, you're right, Trefty, there's some guys on this Rink team that I just don't know. I mean, Garrett Ross is out there, Martini's out there, but there's some of these guys that I just don't recognize at all.
Rhodes with the best stretch up the floor for Sweden so far, but his shot was blocked. Comes back down into the Sweden zone. Taken by Mendelsohn. Mendelsohn up the floor. Andrew Rhodes fires it back. Mendelsohn with it. Long pass up the far side, right on the tape. Wienerstrom. Wienerstrom tries to go out to the point. That one's blocked. Martini over to the right side. Chavera on the left wing. Goes over to the far side. At the wall.
Is 61 Steve Oleski?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Former Washington Capital.
He lives in the Detroit area, so easy drive for him. O'Shaughnessy into the slot. Cuts to the right. And look at Sweden. They're playing in almost a box, George.
You know I'm a fan of that.
George in the box. Just goes hand in hand. Jaquan Chavera up into his offensive zone. Gives this one to O'Shaughnessy. Now back to the right side. Oleski into the high slot. That one's intercepted. Gustafsson has it for Sweden. He gets knocked down to the ground. And at the point, now Sweden with a chance up the floor. They didn't want to touch it because that might have been too many men, so a 2-on-1 the other way. Pass in front, and O'Shaughnessy missed his intended target on the far side. Both Chavera brothers out there now. Joaquin drops it to the high slot. Valeria in front. That one deflects up into the air. And Joaquin couldn't get a shot away. Now he goes back for Etan. Etan Chavera moves up the middle of the floor. Shifts to the left side in the near circle. Wrist shot. That one missed way high and kisses the glass all the way back to the point where it's taken by Junior Cadiz.
Seeing these two teams, you can realize that there's a different pace here than the first game. Roadrunners controlled the beginning of that game with a speed pace, and it looks like Rink going to take control of this game and control the pace, because Sweden right now is just getting the feel of the entire thing.
puck comes out front, and Etan Chavera puts the biscuit in the basket. It's 1-0 Rink Rat here.
Sorry, Trefty.
13-10 left in the first. Well, Sweden not aggressive at all here. They're just sitting back in a box and hoping to take advantage of turnovers. But the only problem is every time Rink Rat turns the puck over, they're showing off the hustle to get that puck back. Now Sweden wins the ensuing draw at center. Dean Moore plays in the SPHL ice hockey. One of the Americans playing on this team. Didn't have quite a full roster for these long games, so they picked up a couple of North Americans. Dean Moore, one of them, out of Florida. Now Junior Cadiz takes it away from him, and he'll head up the floor, left wing side. A wrist shot, that one goes way high once again. This one caroms all the way back across the red line into the Rink Rat zone.
I cannot take credit also for the exciting goal song. I cannot take credit for it. I wanted Chunky by Bruno Mars, and Trefty told me no, I had to go with Get It. I'm so excited, so we chose that. It's something interesting that State Wars does. They do goal songs for each. That
was my idea because it's frustrating not having goal songs and horns. Because I'm a big nerd. So.
I get it. I get it, man. It adds to it.
This one's brought into the zone by Evans. Evans to the high slot. Moore shoots, and a shoulder save made. And eventually getting the cover. Face off will be to the right of the Rink Rat net.
Trefty, is that Tommy Tartaglione in that?
I think so. I got 3 goalies on the roster.
Wow.
Your guess is as good as mine. Can't see the numbers from this angle. I think that's Tartaglione.
Yeah, Tartaglione. I think Eric Hernandez is on the bench as their backup.
Tartaglione, a nice save there. He's an excellent goaltender in his own right as well. So once again, we got 2 good goalies here.
Tartaglione is the most unorthodox roller hockey goalie that we've seen. I mean, I guess he's the Dominic Hasek of roller hockey.
Brought in by Matt Berry. Matt Berry to the front of the goal. And a big save made by Kenish Yarvi. Now behind the cage. Mendelson wraps around to the near side. One's taken by Garrett Evans. Now it comes to the right wing. Evans tries to go back in his own zone. It's intercepted. Brought up by Mayhew. Mayhew stick handles to the outside. Plays it back in front. That one's blocked, and it comes to Jonathan Strom. You know why I like Sweden's jerseys? Shoulder numbers. It's literally the only
Easier
team.
for an announcer, right?
Oh yeah, I'm loving this. I actually have more of an ice hockey jersey out there.
It's interesting. Sweden right now is fine with playing a complete defensive game and hoping that Rink Rat makes that one mistake to give them a goal. Because it doesn't look like Sweden's going on the attack too much.
Brought up by Rhodes. Rhodes whiffs on the pass. But a nice back check there from Gustafsson. Comes with the puck. Henrik Gustafsson over to the far side in the corner. Robert Mendelson. Robert Mendelson leaves it there for Gustafsson. Gustafsson comes out of the corner left wing side. He's got the pressure from Steve Oleski all over him. As you said, former NHLer with the Washington Capitals. I know my girlfriend Bailey listening from back home certainly likes that fact. The puck comes up and we have a penalty here against Rink Rat. Looks like, speak of the devil, Oleski is wearing Anaheim Ducks helmet, heading to the penalty box, a roughing call. And Team Sweden heads to the power play, so we'll see what they have to offer with the main advantage. It's going to be an excellent opportunity for them to tie the game.
Who's the penalty go to down there?
Oleski.
Alexi, got it.
I just said that.
We got a, it was funny, we got a text from John Gelman. Alexi is his name, so we don't get that wrong. Sorry, I told you wrong. That was my fault.
At the right point. Go down low, back out high, wrist shot. Tartaglione makes the save. An unorthodox one, as you mentioned, but nonetheless makes the stop on a chance from Jarrett Evans.
And they've got a good power play, it looks like, already. They can move the puck on the power play.
I still think that Sweden's trying to get their legs under them, too, because their skating's been a bit shaky. When they've had the puck, they've been fine, but their skating hasn't been as good as that we saw in practice the other night. Maybe a little bit of nerves as well.
Yeah, and I think you can watch for Rink Rat to take some chances here shorthanded. And this is where it's going to hurt, because Rink Rat's going to play a complete possession game, and Joaquin Chavera could, if he wanted to right now, kill the entire power play off.
Joaquin over to the near side. This one's taken by the white sweater number 19, Mayhew, but he turns it over. Gets it back. Nice hustle there. Mayhew behind the goal, puts on the brakes. Got a man up ahead, Joaquin, but it's intercepted. Evans goes over the far side. Evans to the high slot. Big slap shot, Tartaglione, a right pad denial. Puck ends up back at the point. Dean Moore with it. Dean Moore over for Evans. Evans back to the near side. Winterstrom couldn't quite get a shot away. And back the other direction comes Rink Rat. Mayhew held up by Dean Moore, and a penalty coming here. Moore doesn't like the call, so he heads to the penalty box. Dean Moore, the former Pensacola Ice Flyer, where he won a President's Cup in the SPHL. Sits in the penalty box for a minute 30 or less. We'll have 16 seconds of 3-on-3, so now we're gonna have a lot of open space if we didn't already have that with the 4-on-4.
I don't know if Sweden's game is going to be the speed game here. Positionally right now, they're playing well. I don't know if their game is going to be total speed, so 3-on-3 here I would think would favor Rink Rat, especially with the guys that are out there right now. I think right now it's Matt Berry, Junior Cadiz, and Garrett Ross.
So we got to the point of power play commences here for Rink Rat. Alexi sends it over to the near side, and he'll head off for a change. Itan Chavera, the game's only goal scorer out there now, have a chance to see the Sweden penalty kill. Try to pass the back door, that one's blocked. It's taken and sent the full length to the floor by Nico Westman. Now Itan Chavera, right wing. Leaves it for Garrett Ross. Former Rockford Ice Hog, back to the near side. Itan Chavera, wrist shot, a shoulder save made by Kiddish Harvey. Now it's chipped up ahead. Taken here. And sent down the length of the floor by Westman. Rink Rat looks to bring it right back up, they do. Itan Chavera up for Junior Cadiz. Back to Itan. Itan to the slot, back for Cadiz.
Oh.
One-timer off the side of the net. Cadiz to the left point. It's Garrett Ross. Leaving it at the high slot for Matt Berry. Matt Berry goes back to the high slot, and that one's intercepted as well. Now they try to go
Good
down low.
sticks
This
here,
one's
shorthanded
blocked.
by Sweden.
Out of the penalty box comes Dean Moore. About a 2-on-1 for Rink Rat. And with his chances, Junior Cadiz tries to go on the forehand. Kenneth Harvey shuts the door and stops play with 7:25 left in the first period.
Can you pronounce that name for the goaltender one more time for me, Trefty, because I don't want to butcher it.
Kenneth Harvey.
Kenneth Harvey?
Kenneth Harvey.
Kenneth Harvey. Okay.
There's my phonetics for you. Kenneth Harvey.
Kenneth Harvey. Wow. Okay. Well, right now he's Sweden's best player. He's kept him in the game. There's been a ton of chances here for Rink Rat, but the strength of their team right now, you can see is the goaltending.
Strom comes up the near side, goes far wing for Jared Evans. Evans going parallel to the red stripe. Looking for something to open up, it doesn't. He goes back for Hockey Bowden. Now over to the far wing. And sent up the wall by Andrew Rhodes. Taken by Jared Evans now. Jared Evans tries to skate up the right wing. Joaquin Chavera knocks him off the puck with a nice shoulder, wraps around the boards to the far side. Taken by Sharkey. Sharkey gets his pocket picked. Andrew Rhodes comes away with it for Sweden. Andrew Rhodes into the high slot, comes to the near side. Now back to the point. Walking in the middle, shot. Tartaglione falling down, makes the saves. He denies Jonathan Strom.
Oh, you want a better feedback than that if you're Sweden. If you were trying to slow the game down, it's just a turnover here.
Cadiz 2-1 over for Itan Chavera, but he couldn't handle that pass. And the puck's wrapped around back to the red line. Junior Cadiz with it. Junior Cadiz in front, tapped on net, and a left pad save made by Kenneth Harvey.
Sweden's doing a great job of not only, of course, their goaltending is great right now, but they're doing a great job of boxing out. And it's a basketball tournament. They're doing a great job of boxing out so they don't allow any rebounds here on their goaltender. They're doing a great job of that. It's one and done usually here for Rink Rat.
Here comes Cadiz, beautiful dangle to the outside. One-hand shot on goal, and Kenneth Harvey says no. Another nice save from the big Sweden netminder. Now in transition, Garrett Evans loses that one. Joaquin Trevera circles the back of the net. Rink Rat completing a line change. They get Alexi out there. He switches spots with Joaquin. Joaquin gives it to Alexi. Steve Alexi down the near side, shoots, shoulder save made by Kineshwarvi.
Kineshwarvi gave blocker side all day there and then took it away last minute as Alexi tried to pick that one off. But it was a great save there. And the Sweden goaltender so far coming up huge in this game.
Well, like I said, he's on the national team for Sweden. Very excellent netminder. And he is holding this team in it right now.
And this is where right now Rink Rat is taking the play to Sweden. Sweden tries to come out of the zone. They just don't have the speed, and they're not passing the puck or moving the puck quick enough to get that first pass out of the zone and get a transition game going. And so Rink Rat's there and taking the play to him, but Sweden's got big bodies there, and they're taking the play to him physically. Alexi just got taken out of the play there.
Something you'll notice about Sweden while you're watching at home is it's a very large team. There's not many small guys out there.
At all.
They're making Junior Cadiz look like he's a D1 player.
If I'm a player, I'm staying away from every single corner.
Especially since now Sweden's going to pick up the physicality. But a chance here for Rink Rat and tight Kineshwarvi. Another denial.
He's coming up huge here. If his team can get him one goal, you never know. That first goal that Rink Rat scored may be the last goal that they score.
Winterstrom over to the near side. Send it back into their own zone. It's taken by Rhodes. Now it comes up the right wing boards. Winterstrom finds Dean Moore. Now for Rhodes. Rhodes stick handling into the zone on the right side dot. We'll send it back for Dean Moore at the point.
All of these games so far have been completely low scoring in the first period, and then things kind of open up in the second period. I wonder if that's going to happen here in this game. Sweden holding their own right now.
Long pass up ahead and a potential partial break there for Rhodes. The puck bounced on him. Rhodes behind the net. Can't get it out front. It goes to the far side. It's taken by Martini. Now Rink Rat. Inches there to way up the floor. Pass comes to the left side. Falling down before it can make a play there. Now it comes out front, a chance! That one misses wide of the Sweden net. Race for the puck on the near side. Sweden's gonna get there. They got a 2-on-1. Rhodes up the right side, tries a toe drag. Some more good defense there from Rink Rat. Now the puck comes all the way back down into the Sweden zone. It's taken by Mendelsohn. Mendelsohn out left side. Comes up the near wing. It's taken by Strom. Strom, slap shot. Oh, that one hits the knob of Tartaglioni's goal stick and goes up and out of play.
Such a close play, but a heck of a shot there. Coming out, and Tartaglioni, and take nothing away from him. Tartaglioni is playing great here so far. Sweden has had some chances. Tartaglioni has had to come up big as well. So this is a low-scoring game, but it is not. It's not one of those games that's a boring 1-0 game right now. There's action end to end. Both goaltenders are just coming up huge.
Now in around the back of the net. Putting on the brakes is Robin Mendelsohn. Mendelsohn out to the red line. Headman feed misses Strom. Goes down on goal. Tartaglioni plays to the far corner. Valera has it for Rink Rat. Now pass comes to the left side. Joaquin Trevera. Over to the far boards. Garrett Ross moves into the zone. Cuts to the middle. That one poked away from him by Gustafsson. Gustafsson down the right wing. A drop pass and a wrist shot. That one misses just high. A chance from Mendelsohn. Now far side. Coming away with the puck is Matt Berry. Matt Berry, right wing. Saucer pass in front. Ross shoots. He scores. Two professional ice hockey players teaming up there. Matt Berry played last year for the Florida Everblades. We all know Garrett Ross, the American Hockey Leaguer. Team up on a 2-on-1, and they finally get something past Kineshwarvi.
And again, it's going to be that transition game that gets Kineshwarvi moving, because if he sees everything and doesn't have to move too much for it, he's been stopping everything. But that transition game results in another goal here for Rink Rat.
Face off one by Sweden at center. Dean Moore skates it back in behind the Hockey Bowden net. Long pass up ahead. Has Westman. Westman over the near side for Jorgensen. Jorgensen for Westman, right wing. Westman back for Winterstrom. Winterstrom, nice dangle to the middle, but he can't get a shot away. Last minute of play in period number 1, a 2-0 lead here for Rink Rat. Etan Trevera down the right side. Fakes the shot, now goes down low. Junior Cadiz in a backhand. Kineshwarvi poke checks that one into the corner. Now this one's brought up by Dean Moore. Dean Moore puts on the brakes right in front of his Team Sweden bench. Etan Trevera takes it away.
He looked for Junior, but didn't want to force that one there.
Fakes the home run pass. Now Etan Trevera tries to toe drag, come into the zone. A nice poke check by Jorgensen. Now it comes down low. Etan Trevera back out front looking for Cadiz. Get pressure there from Evans. Now Cadiz. Saucer pass in front. That one deflects over to the far corner. Etan Trevera throws into the crease. Kineshwarvi gets a pad on it as the puck comes around to the near side. Big hit on the near wall, and a shot right at the horn by Joaquin Trevera after he got the loose puck, and it was stopped by Kineshwarvi, and the horn sounds as we head to the first intermission with George Brown. I'm Chris Treff. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for second period action. It's Hockey Bowden, Sweden versus Team Rink Rat, and we're back after this, SWH Live. Welcome back in SWH Live. Chris Treff alongside George Brown here in this Pama Pro Invitational round robin game. Team Rink Rat against Hockey Bowden from Sweden. And after the first period, it's a 2-0 lead for Team Rink Rat. A lot of familiar faces on this Rink Rat club, but it might take them a few games to get used to each other. We've had guys play together here and there, but a mashup of a bunch of really good hockey players here on Rink Rat might be one of your sleeper picks for this tournament. Junior Cadiz backhands one out to the point. Etan Trevera has it. Etan Trevera finds Steve Martini. Martini up the left wing. Curls around to the outside. Now Martini fires it back into his own zone. Taken by Trevera. Trevera, high slot, over to the near side. A chance in front. That shot is blocked. And it comes back out towards the point. Etan Trevera for Cadiz. Back in front for Trevera. Goes to the far side. Martini kicks it on goal. Kineshwarvi makes the save and stops play with 16:53 left in the second.
Trefty, we didn't get a chance to talk. I mean, I just got in today, and so we didn't get a chance to talk. Do you have a favorite here in this tournament?
I've said it from the beginning, I'm gonna go with the Snipers. I just think they're just jam-packed.
Yeah.
And they have a couple guys they don't normally play with them. You know, Chris Terry and Canoni. I mean, those are two unbelievable ads. They might be two of the best guys in the tournament. So, I mean, it's going to be darn near impossible for them to beat. And you got one of the best roller hockey goalies in the world, Troy Redmond. I mean, can you have a better favorite? I mean, there's not one bad player on that team.
No, and it's going to be tough for anybody who has to play them. It's just interesting because the Snipers come in with the most stacked team that we've seen, and maybe in recent history. And they're coming in off of a summer where they haven't won anything just yet. They played at Narch. I believe they lost in the final. They lost to RPD in overtime. And now they're here, and they're loaded here. Not just loaded here, but Tim McManus is back behind the bench. And that's huge, too, for familiarity. And Tim McManus was the assistant coach on Team USA this year, so Tim McManus knows how to run a bench. He's a veteran. He's been behind the bench forever. He's a great coach, whether it's motivating the team or whether it's X's and O's. So it'll be to have him back and add the additions that they have. Man, you can't have a better favorite in this tournament.
And Black Ice, you know what Black Ice is going to bring. They're always going to be fantastic. And then you just have a ton of really excellent teams. Now, Roadrunner, or excuse me, Rink Rat in off the crossbar. And Kenneth Schwarby pounces on that puck to get the whistle. Nice chance in front as O'Shaughnessy with a backhand. It beat Kenneth Schwarby, but it didn't go across the goal line.
Referee right in position, and it went off the post and laid on the goal line there, and Kenneth Schwarby just swiped it out. But if you're Sweden, you want the next goal, but right now they're not controlling much of the play. Rinkrat has it here. Kenneth Schwarby has kept the score close, I would say, Treff, yet. I think if it wasn't for him, it could be a lot worse than it is now.
Team Sweden here hasn't got much offense going, but I don't even think they're that worried about it. Just like say that, Dean Moore brings it up the right side. Dean Moore backhands it in front toward Taglione, goes into the full splits and makes a beautiful stop. The only thing I say is gets jinxed today. Here comes Sharkey in front. That one hits off a skate and goes into the corner. Now behind the goal, Mayhew fires it back into his own zone, back to collect. Here's Mayhew. .14:43 left in period number 2. It's brought up by Mayhew, loses it. It's taken by Sweden. Westman to the far side has Dean Moore. Dean Moore out from behind the cage. Moving up the middle of the floor. Dean Moore over for Evans. Evans to the far side, right of the money for Moore. Moore tries to send it up the wall. That one's blocked. Now it's sent over to the far corner, taken by Strom. Strom behind the net for Moore. Moore wraps around the boards on the near side. It's chipped out to center, collected by Evans. Evans into the high slot. Doesn't take the shot. Looks for an opening.
Great back check there by Garrett Ross. Picked his pocket.
Garrett Ross forces a turnover. Matt Berry gives it right back to Sweden. Now Evans chips it over the far side. That one's wired all the way back down to the Sweden zone. They're doing a good job here.
Yeah, they've controlled. They've got possession here, and again, this is every team's first game. They're in the feel-out process. Tomorrow will be totally different. I think game 2 will still be a feel-out process because some of the teams haven't even been able to see some of the first games and see some of these teams play. So it'll definitely be a great matchup in game 2, seeing some of the matchups here at the Pama Pro Invitational.
Strom fires all the way back down to Kenneth Schwarby. He goes right on net. He'll leave it behind the cage for Jorgensen. Jorgensen out from behind the cage. Long feed up ahead. Has his man in stride. It's Mendelson. Mendelson into the left corner, puts on the brakes. Mendelson backs for Jorgensen. Jorgensen shoots. Tartaglione the save. And the rebound comes to Junior Cadiz. Got a man by the defense. Saucer pass just out of the reach of Martini, who gets to it in the right corner. Martini has it poked away from him. Gets it back. He finds Junior Cadiz near side. Tries to flip it over the stick of the defender. Doesn't work. And Sweden has control. Mendelson.
Snipers, not to interrupt you, Trefty, but Snipers and Conics are coming up next. Then it's Black Ice Border Cats, and it's Mud Cats Coyotes.
Tartaglione with another one of those weird saves. He's kind of came out and put his body in front of that one.
Listen,
no real form.
Tommy T has been the same since he's been playing 16U. He's been one of the most unorthodox goaltenders I've seen in the game. He's been the exact same, and it works for him. It absolutely works for him. He's a pro goaltender, and he'll continue to be a pro goaltender just because the way he plays, it works for him.
Well, hey, you love it. I mean, you were a big Dominik Hasek fan.
Oh my goodness, I was a Hasek fanatic. I still believe Dominik Hasek is the best goaltender all time in the National Hockey League. And the NHL Network believe that too.
Let's not get carried away.
They said Hasek was #1.
Oh, because one producer wanted to put him at #1.
Listen.
He probably grew up in Rochester.
And who did you say again?
Say what?
Who's
Patrick Waugh's best goalie of all time. It's not an argument.
Okay, if you say so. I don't believe so, but.
Here comes Strom. I'll put Hasek at 4. Strom into the high slot. Right shot. That one goes wide.
Don't you ever in your life, ever cuss at me like that again. You just basically swore at me on air saying Hasek's at #4. You're crazy.
Down the far wing, Itan Trivera. Circles the back of the net.
That's it.
And he fires it out to his own zone.
Mention us on Twitter right now.
Uh-oh.
Mention us on Twitter right now. At Downtown GE Brown. And Trefty, what's your handle?
Chris_Treft.
Chris_Treft. Do it right now. Where would you rank Waugh and Hasek when it comes to goaltenders, National Hockey League of all time? Where would you rank each one?
Right point. Joaquin Trivera for Junior Cadiz. Back for Joaquin. Looks to go in front for Itan. That one's blocked. More good defense from Sweden. Got to give them credit. They're hanging back a little bit, but they're playing steadfast defensively, keeping them to the outside. They're in less of a box now than they were earlier too. They're getting a little bit of a forecheck going. Puck goes in around the back of the net. Junior Cadiz gets to it. Cadiz, right circle, shoots. Kenneth Jarvie, another stop, and he hangs on with 10:37 left in period number 2. Face-off will be in the near side circle.
Folks, the one thing that, and this is because we've got to stop it and play here, Chris Trefty is probably one of the best, if not the best, in the sport when it comes to social media. He does videos at tours. He does videos here for State Wars. He makes sure he's always updating the social media, so make sure you check it out. Make sure you check him out. It's Downtown GE Brown for me, my Twitter handle for Snapchat as well, and for Trefty, it's Chris_Treft for his Twitter handle. If he wants to give you all his other stuff, he can. But that's up to him.
It's pretty much everything the same everywhere else. I guess I'm Trefty34 on Snapchat.
Trefty34 on Snapchat. I'm Downtown GE Brown everywhere. Folks, you know me. That doesn't change.
Yeah.
Doesn't change at all. So we got to mention here on Twitter, Treft. Well, you mentioned me on Twitter.
Yeah, that was before the game.
Before the game 2 hours ago. Ben James, I don't know what I'm tweeting you. I don't know what I'm tweeting you about. But what you said to. So, yeah, Ben, we were just trying to figure out who's the better goaltender in your opinion, Dominik Hasek or Patrick Waugh? And I know some people.
No one tweet us and say Brodeur. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Some people are going to say Brodeur. He played in the best defensive system of all time.
It's Waugh versus Hasek. Don't give me that stuff. All right, we're onto the zone here. O'Shaughnessy, far side, shoots, and a blocker save made by Kenneth Jarvie, who continues to be sharp. O'Shaughnessy up for mine, in front. That one just out of the reach of Valero as the puck comes out to the point.
O'Shaughnessy is one of those players. He's sneaky good. He's sneaky good. He's played for Black Ice before. He's been out there. Jeff Abrams walking behind me, the newly married Jeff Abrams.
O'Shaughnessy between his own legs, just as you were talking about him. He almost had a highlight reel goal. Now the puck comes down in behind the rink rat net. Joaquin Trivera circles the back of the cage, and here he comes. A shot, that one's blocked. O'Shaughnessy at the goal mouth, and Kenneth Jarvie, another big stop. Now O'Shaughnessy, far side boards, sauces it to the near side. Joaquin doesn't pull the trigger. He'll curl back and settle things down. It's Martini back in his own zone. He inches back towards the rink rat net, now fires up the far side. Alexi to the right wing, Joaquin Trivera. Down low, O'Shaughnessy tries to go out front, misses everybody, comes to Martini in the center circle. He'll curl back towards his own zone. Now Joaquin Trevera settling things down. Rink could go back behind their own net and try to kill some time and everything, but they're coming right at him. I think they're frustrated that they're not getting more past Sweden here.
Yeah, and I think when you're in a situation like that, you do want to start trying to pump some pucks in the net because you've got a bunch of goal scorers and offensive talent, but you've only got 2 goals in this game. So does it start to get frustrating? And does that work against you at a certain point if you're still pushing and pushing with a 2-0 lead?
Eventually, Sweden might break through. Dean Moore at the red line.
And Sweden, I think, is playing it the right way. They're playing patient right now. There's still 8 minutes left, which is a lot of time in this game.
He'll defer to Jarrett Evans. Evans leaves it for Dean Moore. Now Moore moves up the middle of the floor. Drops it back for Evans. Evans moves over to the left side. Tar move to the middle. Couldn't get a shot away as he loses his footing. Down the left corner it goes. Fierce battle for the puck. Garrett Ross comes away with it. Garrett Ross sets up behind the cage. 7:20 left in period number 2. Well, I think I jinxed it again. He's just standing behind the net. Garrett Ross killing some time.
Now you did.
Finally, he goes up for Martini. Crosses the red line into his offensive zone. Martini fires it back into his own end. Tartaglione. Stick handling back and forth behind the goal.
And this is where you get from Tommy, too.
Well, he turns it over.
Oh!
That one just missed. I think Matt Berry just saved a goal there for Rink because that one was about to go in.
Tommy's doing a little bit too much there.
Here comes the Florida Everblade, Matt Berry. Loses his footing, and here comes Sweden the other way. Saw a little bit too much of Matt Berry last year for the Florida Everblades as he put up almost 2 points a game against the Gladiators.
Wow.
And really tormented me all year long. He has an assist here in this one. This one goes in behind the cage. This one's chipped up the far wall. Rhodes with it. Rhodes drops it back to the point. This one comes. Jorgensen. Wrist shot in on goal. Tartaglione the save, and he hangs on with 6:02 left in period number 2. So we're getting down to crunch time here, George. It's still just a 2-0 game, and still holding strong is Team Sweden. I think they came into this knowing, too, that they're not going to have the offensive firepower that everybody else is. They have to play a sound defensive game. They have an excellent goaltender. Use him as an advantage, and that's what they've done this game.
So here's some responses, Trefty. Bailey
comes in. Oh, sorry, George. Tartaglione makes a big save there as Dean Moore nearly had one.
Bailey Felshell says, Wah over Hasek, obviously.
There's no bias there at all.
Oh, Bailey. And Ben James.
For those who don't know, Bailey is my beautiful girlfriend, so that...
I shouldn't even read that. Like, Bailey, I used to get along with you. We
Shot
used
from
to
the
be
point,
friends.
saved me by Tartaglione.
Ben James says, was better, but Hasek had swag and flipped Gaborik. So I guess that's all that matters is having swag and flipping Gaborik.
Well, George, you care a lot about looks. I mean, you can give Wah the greatest of all time. You can say Hasek, look the best, if that's what you want. With his player helmet in your cage. Now Itan Trevera, saucer pass up ahead. That one misses, and it goes in behind the net. And walking out from behind the goal, Shaughnessy, and he shoots, he scores! Or scratch that, it was Mayu. Comes out from behind the goal, gets wide open in front, sends it over the glove of Kenneth Sharvey. It's 3-0 Rink Rat.
That was an individual effort. That's one of those goals you take control of the game yourself. He came from the corner, walked right out in front, and didn't just stop it there. He came and sniped it top shelf. Great goal there for a 3-0 lead for Rink Rat.
I mean, that's a dagger. 2-0, you're kind of like, 2 shots, but 3 is how well Rink Rat has played. I mean, that's a big goal for them. Now back the other direction. Once again, Itan Trevera to the high slot. Try to go back for Itan and a pass from Valera. That one is blocked, comes to the near side. Now Itan Trevera to the high slot. Shot blocked once again. On a chance from Valera. Now Junior Cadiz. Tries to cut around the poke check of Evans, but it doesn't work. Now Evans, right wing side, moves into his offensive zone. Evans looks at goal, and on a backhand, throws it on net. Tartaglione the save with 4:47 left in the second. It's sent up the wall. Now brought in here by Valera. Valera for Cadiz, out to the point. Alexi, a slap shot goes just wide. And behind the net, Dean Moore has all kinds of pressure. Eventually gets away from it, goes to the right wing side. Here comes Strom into the zone. Strom tries to send it to the front of the net, and that one's blocked. Strom left point, he goes right point. Jorgensen, spinorama to get free. Now Jorgensen tries to go back to the point, but the puck gets away from him. Now it's fired all the way back down in the Sweden zone. Still waiting for something to open up as Dean Morris, he's behind the net. Long feed down. That one's intercepted by Joaquin Trevera. Joaquin, right side, into the near circle, shoots, Kenisarvi the save, and the puck comes out towards the point. Pass up ahead by Strom. Taken by Mendelson. Mendelson in front for Strom, but a poke check by Tartaglione as it comes out to the point. Checked off the puck was Rhodes. Alexi, former Pittsburgh Penguin, goes up to the left side and shooting. That one is stopped on a chance from O'Shaughnessy. And on the rebound, they put it home. Alexi and O'Shaughnessy team up to put that one in the net. Steve Alexi, a former National Hockey Leaguer, 73 career NHL games, 20 points from the D-man. He's already signed to the San Diego Gulls in the American Hockey League for next season. Last year played part of the year for the Penguins in the AHL and in the NHL. Spent the majority of the time for the Toronto Marlies. Also, like I said, former Washington Capital and Hershey Bear. Played in a lot of places, a veteran. Nice play there, the 31-year-old. Him and O'Shaughnessy team up, making a 4-0 Rink Rat lead. Now Matt Barry tries to come into the zone. That one's knocked away from him.
This sets up a great evening, Trefty, when you're looking at the standings going in today too. Games where teams are, there's going to be multiple games where teams are 0-1 and might enter day 2 at 0-2. There's going to be multiple matchups like that, and we'll get into those matchups next game. Next game coming up is the Snipers and Conics, so we'll get around to that in a second. That's coming up next. Here we still got a 4-0 game though.
Matt Barry on a forecheck comes away with the puck. Last season had 68 points in 70 games for the Florida Everblades. And I bet a third of them were against Atlanta. He fires it back into his own zone. Comes out to the point. Now Sweden picks it off. Walking in his Rhodes. Wrist shot. And Tartaglione flashes a little leather and makes the stop. Will face off will be deep in the Rink Rat zone. Rink Rat wins the draw. Cadiz coast to coast, tries to throw it in front. That one's intercepted. And in the other direction, Nico Westman. Westman, the high slot, a wrist shot taken by Mendelson. That one goes down on goal, and Tartaglione plays that to the corner. Junior Cadiz, near side circle in his offensive zone. Out to the high slot, Joaquin Trevera, one-timer. And a beautiful stop from Kenisarvi. Now, Cadiz gets it behind the net, throws it out front. Kenisarvi, another beautiful stop against Joaquin Trevera. Face-off will be in the far circle. Rink Rat takes possession off the face-off win. Picking up a pass is Evans, but Evans gives it back to Itan Chavera. Plays it behind the net for Cadiz. Cadiz falls down and throws it off the glass. Nearly hits the referee as the puck comes back into the Rink Rat zone. 51 seconds left in the second period. It's a 4-0 lead here for Rink Rat. Joaquin. Toss a pass over the near side for Itan Chavera. Itan and backhands off the post. It's on the goal line, and Kenneth Rarvey holds it out. Beautiful stretch up the floor by Chavera. Couldn't get much going there. Wrist shot. That one is stopped. Comes out to the rebound. And able to get that shot away was Mendelson. Now Dean Moore, left side, goes to the right wing. Evans in front for Mendelson. Pokes it on goal. Tartaglione makes another save. Martini gets the face-off win, wraps around the boards, and that'll do it for this one. Rink Rat comes away with the 4-0 victory. A nice defensive effort from Sweden. They did their best to hold down the fort, but eventually the offense was too much from Rink Rat, and they take home the 4-0 victory. So I'm going to step out for a couple games, give it back to George Brown, work on a few other things, and downtown George Brown's got you for the next few. But thanks again for listening. For George Brown, I'm Chris Trepp. This is SWH Live.